Hello and welcome to UND Weather Update on this morning of April 7th, 2021. I'm meteorologist Brian Remington bringing you your forecast this morning. Looking at our headlines, we do have rain in the region today, not quite affecting Grand Forks, but areas to our south and east are seeing quite a bit of rain this morning. We'll take a look at where that's going to go over tonight and the next few days. Same system bringing rain to the region is bringing severe weather to the south. We'll talk about the threats and area associated with that. And as well, next week we could be cooling down just a bit back towards normal. Been well above average for a while. It looks like a cool down is in store. Right now in Grand Forks, seeing some cloudy skies, nothing too interesting going on out there right now, sitting just above freezing at 34 degrees with the north wind at 9 miles an hour. So nothing too impactful to begin our morning. That's the case across most of North Dakota this morning. Seeing a few temperatures towards freezing for Minot and Bismarck. A little bit warmer as we look towards the south and east areas in Minnesota, even sitting in the upper 50s for Minneapolis at this hour, even some 60s down there in Wisconsin. So a little bit warmer down to our south and east where the system is centered a little bit. Looking across the nation right here, we do see a cold front is extending down from Minnesota all the way down to the Texas border right there with some 40s back here in the Great Plains and over here in the Midwest, seeing a little bit warmer temperatures in the 50s and 60s to begin their morning. Checking out the local satellite and radar, we see quite a few showers and even possible thunderstorms across central Minnesota and South Dakota here. These are making their way to the north, but there's a lot of dry air in between Fargo and Grand Forks at this hour. So it's not looking likely that these rain showers right now will make it all the way up here, but it is possible by the time we get to this afternoon, we do see a few light sprinkles, but areas of South Dakota and Minnesota are getting relatively drenched as we begin the morning this morning. National Satellite and Radar is going to show that system powering it centered right over Iowa there. See a big rain shield off to the north covering the Great Lakes and Upper Great Plains region, and a few of those thunderstorms really getting riled up this morning in parts of Missouri, Arkansas, down into Mississippi and Louisiana. And those thunderstorms will continue to build as we go throughout the day. The Storm Prediction Center has issued an enhanced risk for parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana down there. That slight and marginal risk cover a larger geographical area. See that marginal extending all the way up into Iowa, pretty far north for this time of year. That's for risk of tornadoes and winds. And tornadoes and winds are going to be the main threat with this system. Large hail, not as likely. We can take a look at our probability graphic here, seeing the medium chance of high winds and tornadoes. Again, the main threats with this system. Large hail, not as much of a threat. That'll mostly be a threat towards the south. And flooding is a possibility with this system as well. Never underestimate your flooding. That can be the most deadly, especially with these severe weather systems at this time of the year. Futurecast is going to show a few of those large rain bands move their way to the north, but not quite make it to Grand Forks, at least during the daytime hours today. Most of those showers will remain over central Minnesota and South Dakota. Of course, we see that system begin to move a little bit north, and towards tonight is where we could see a few of those showers move through the area. But parts of Minnesota and South Dakota going to get a bulk of this rain. People in South Dakota and Minnesota getting up to an inch, even 2 inches of rain. As we head towards Thursday night, you saw that cold front come through. That's going to have a lot of effect on what Grand Forks gets for precip. If that cold front holds off a little bit, we get more rain here in Grand Forks. If it comes through faster, then we don't get as much rain in Grand Forks. So it's a little bit tricky from a forecasting perspective, but Grand Forks could likely see around 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch of rain with this system. And by Friday night, that is moving out of our area and it should be out of our hair. Today in Grand Forks, a high of 57, persistent clouds. And that rain again is going to stay mostly to the southeast of Grand Forks, not really impacting us too much. Winds will be out of the north-northeast at 10 to 20, gusting up to 25. So breezy day for sure. Tonight, low of 42. The overcast skies will continue and those rain probabilities will pick up after midnight. Winds out of the north-northeast, 10 to 20, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. So another gusty night out there. And tomorrow we should see a few peaks of sun throughout the day, and that spotty rain will be around. Clouds will continue though as we head especially into the afternoon hours, and the winds will be strong again out of the north-northeast, 10 to 20 miles an hour. Checking out the 7-day, we do see 50s for the next 3 days here as we head into the weekend, and those rain probabilities remain relatively low. Most of that rain is going to stay out of our hair here in Grand Forks. As we head into the weekend, as it clears out of the area, we should see a little bit of sun return. Those mid-50s will be nice, at least for the weekend, but by the time we get to Monday, we begin to cool down a little bit. Seeing highs in the 40s here for both Monday and Tuesday, and those lows are well below freezing there as well. And a few flakes are possible on Monday as another system approaches the area. Any accumulations with that don't look too great, but it is at least a possibility at this point.